The world is about to spend $250 billion on new copper mines through 2034. That's two-thirds more than the prior decade. Every haul truck above 250 tons comes from just 3 companies: Caterpillar, Komatsu, Liebherr. But that's only one of 3 oligopolies you're paying for. Mining equipment isn't a sector. It's 3 stacked monopolies, and each one charges twice, once for the machine, again for life. I'm Big Z, welcome to the most underrated industrial story on the public market. Wood Mackenzie's 2025 forecast, $250 billion of copper expansion capex from 2025 through 2034. Prior decade, $150 billion. A 66% jump. Codelco modernization, over $40 billion. Rio Tinto's Oyu Tolgoi expansion, $7 billion. Tex Quebrada Blanca 2, $8.8 billion. BHP's Resolution Copper, $2 billion sunk and stalled. Copper at $9,200 a ton in 2025. Mine cash costs up 28% cumulative since 2021. Every one of those projects buys haul trucks, electric shovels, drilling rigs, ball mills, conveyors. The question nobody asks: which oligopoly? 3 submarkets. 3 different leader sets. Same capex pool. This is the most concentrated submarket in industrial machinery. Above 250 tons of payload, what every modern open-pit copper or iron mine actually buys, only 3 companies make them. Caterpillar, with the 793 and 797 series. Komatsu, the 930E and 980E, Liebherr, the T264. That's it. Combined share above 90%. A single 797 runs around $5 million new. A modern copper mine fleet is 50 to 100 trucks. That's $250 to $500 million per mine. Just for trucks. The runner-ups, Belaz from Belarus, Hitachi at the lower tier, are present but not winning new fleets at the ultra-class scale. This isn't competition. It's a queue. Different submarket. Different 3 names. Surface drilling and underground mining. Atlas Copco split itself in 2018 and spun out Epiroc as the mining-only pure-play, Stockholm-listed. Together with Sandvik Mining and Rock Solutions and Komatsu Mining, formerly Joy Global, Komatsu paid $3.7 billion to absorb Joy Global in 2017. These 3 control roughly 80% of underground production drills, longwall systems, continuous miners, and battery electric loaders. Underground battery electric vehicles are exploding. Installed base of battery electric loaders went from under 200 units in 2019 to over 1,400 in 2025. 7 times in 6 years. Sandvik plus Epiroc plus Komatsu hold 78% of that share. When Codelco modernizes El Teniente or Chuquicamata, Sandvik and Epiroc trucks roll into the tunnels. Cat doesn't sell that. The third oligopoly is the part nobody sees because it's not a vehicle. Comminution. The mills, crushers, and grinding circuits that turn or the size of a refrigerator into powder finer than flour. Around 40% of a copper mine's energy cost happens here. METSO, Finnish, Helsinki listed. Sandvik Rock Processing. FLSmidth, Danish, just completed pure-play pivot in June 2025 by selling its cement business. Combined Comminution share, roughly 70%. Plus a 4th name that doesn't show up in equipment lists but takes a tax on every ton ground, Weir Group. London listed. World leader in slurry pumps, the unsexy but unavoidable equipment that moves crushed ore in water at industrial scale. 18.8% operating margin in 2024. Pure aftermarket-driven economics. The picks and shovels companies sell picks. The picks and shovels of the picks and shovels companies sell what runs after. Here's the number that breaks every one of these stocks. Epiroc, 2024. 66% of revenue from aftermarket, parts, service, consumables. Highest in the peer group. 63.6 billion Swedish kronor record revenue. 19.8% adjusted operating margin. Sandvik Mining and Rock Solutions, 70% aftermarket. Industry leading. Metso Minerals, 66% aftermarket. Caterpillar Resource Industries, aftermarket not broken out, but group services hit 24 billion in 2024, 28 billion target by 2026. The model: sell the machine at single-digit to mid-teens margin. Then for 20 to 30 years sell wear parts, blades, mill liners, drill bits, software updates, training. That's where margins go from 15% to 30+%. The mine pays once. The OEM bills forever. 10 names. Ranked by mining-only exposure, not group revenue. Caterpillar, 64.8 billion group, 12.4 mining, 51 billion backlog. Komatsu, 4.1 trillion yen, surface plus underground. Epiroc, 63.6 billion kronor, drilling pure play, 66% aftermarket. Sandvik Rock plus SRP, 123 billion kronor, drilling plus crushing, 70% aftermarket in risk. Liebherr Mining, private, 1.67 billion euros, Fortescue 2.8 billion BEV order. Hitachi Construction Machinery Mining, distant fourth in haul trucks. METSO, 4.8 billion euros, Comminution pure play. FLSmidth, 15 billion kroner, pure play after the cement sale in June 2025. Weir Group, 2.6 billion pounds, slurry pumps, 18.8% op margin. XCMG, 77 billion yuan, mid-tier surface, China encroachment threat. Excluded: Volvo CE, John Deere Wirtgen, Terex, Aztec, all real industrials but construction and quarry, not ultra-class mining. Caterpillar is the most followed name on this list. It's also the most misunderstood. Group revenue 64.8 billion in 2024. Resource Industries, the mining segment, 12.4 billion. Down 9% year-over-year. Margin, 20.4%. But the real number is the backlog. Q4 2025, 51.2 billion, a record. Mining is a meaningful chunk of the next 12-month deliveries. Cat's edge isn't the truck. It's the dealer network. 80+ dealer groups globally. Mining customers buy the iron, but they pay the dealer for 2 decades after, parts, training, on-site mechanics, telemetry. That's why Cat Services revenue is on a 28 billion target by 2026. The backlog is the mine fleet that hasn't shipped yet. The services line is the fleet that will pay rent for the next 20 years. October 2023, quietly announced. Liebherr-Fortescue agreement covering 475 zero-emission machines. 360 autonomous T264 battery electric haul trucks alone. $2.8 billion. Largest deal in Liebherr's 75-year history. Why it matters. Liebherr is private, German family firm, never been public. They typically take third place behind Cat and Komatsu in surface trucks. Fortescue's order makes Liebherr the first OEM with a multi-hundred-unit BEV haul truck contract. Cat and Komatsu have prototypes. Liebherr has paid orders. And it killed an alternative. First Mode, Anglo American's hydrogen haul truck spinout, filed bankruptcy December 2024. Anglo cut the funding August 2024. The hydrogen mining truck thesis at scale is dead. Battery electric won. If you can't buy Liebherr publicly, the listed beneficiaries are the suppliers, battery cell makers and drivetrain integrators. April 2026. Komatsu shipped its 1000th autonomous ultra-class haul truck, first OEM to that milestone. Caterpillar's target, 2000 by 2030. Productivity gain from autonomy, 10 to 20% on cycle times. Real, but smaller than the marketing, Komatsu's 930E at data shows roughly 12%. The bigger near-term move is diesel-electric transfer, DET. BHP and Caterpillar trialed it at Escondida in September 2024. The truck stays diesel mechanical for now but plugs into trolley overhead lines on the haul ramp, cutting 40 to 60% of diesel consumption without buying new BEV trucks. Bridge technology to full BEV. 150-ton BEV haul truck. SRK Consulting 2024 analysis put total cost of ownership at $3 million cheaper than diesel over 10 years. With diesel at $5 a gallon and copper at 9,000, the math finally works. 10 years from now, every new mine will be ordered electric. My read on this through 2027. First, aftermarket re-rating. Epiroc and Sandvik trade at 18 to 22 times forward earnings. If the market wakes up that 66 to 70% of their revenue is recurring service, those multiples should print at 25 plus. Watch service revenue disclosure quality. Second, FLSmidth pure play read-through. They sold cement in June 2025. First full year of pure mining numbers comes in 2026. If EBITDA margin holds at 13+% on growing revenue, FLSmidth gets the METSO multiple, currently 3 turns higher. Third, China competition timing. XCMG and SANY heavy industry are gaining share in mid-tier markets, Russia, Indonesia, parts of South America, but haven't cracked the ultra-class haul truck or premium underground markets. Watch the next BHP, Rio Tinto, or Codelco fleet decision. If a Western major signs Chinese ultra-class trucks, the moat cracks. The recycling story rotated. The mining equipment story consolidated. 3 trackable signals. 1. Caterpillar Q1 2026 Resource Industries order book. Above 13 billion guidance and the sector re-rates. Below 11 and the China domestic capex story confirms. 2. Komatsu Mining segment margin. If it stays under 14% for 2 consecutive quarters, the Joy global integration thesis breaks and Komatsu becomes the cheap call. 3. Liebherr-Fortescue BEV truck delivery cadence. First multi-unit delivery scheduled for 2026. Slippage signals BEV transition is harder than priced. Catalysts. Positive, Codelco awards next ultra-class fleet to Liebherr or Komatsu instead of Caterpillar. Forces Cat to discount and reprices market share assumptions across all 3 names. Negative, copper price below 7,500 a ton for 2 consecutive quarters. Suspends 2 or 3 of the announced megaprojects. The 250 billion capex number turns into 180. Upstream, battery cell suppliers for BEV haul trucks. CATL, LG Energy Solution. Mining BEV is single-digit % of cell demand today, but 10 times battery density per truck. Downstream, copper-consuming end markets. Data center power, EV charging, grid expansion. Every BEV haul truck mines copper that powers more BEV haul trucks. The cycle compounds. Mining equipment isn't one trade. It's 3. The surface oligopoly. The underground oligopoly. The crushing floor oligopoly. Each one with its own 3 names, its own product cycle, its own aftermarket razor blade. 250 billion of capex sits behind it. The OEMs already wrote the contracts. This is global industry analysis. Personal view only. Not investment advice. I'm Big Z, follow me, see you in the next deep dive.